Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I am Martina Lily, and today we are going to sit down and play with some new, brand new makeup to me that I'm trying for the first time today, and then some other newer products that I've recently brought into my collection that I want to give you guys some updated thoughts on, and then a couple of old gems sprinkled through if I didn't have anything new recently to the collection. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTube things, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get started. Let's play with some makeup. First up, I'm going to take Hot Beach from Coast. This is just one of their wet sticks for some lip balm. Before we get fully into it, everything will be linked down below in the description box. They are affiliate links, so if you shop through them, thank you so much, I appreciate it. Today we are going to play with the new Natasha Denona mini Starlette palette. Mine has already been swatched, so don't mind my grubby little mitts being all in it. Not a mini palette that I was planning on picking up. I was actually planning on picking this, or just not skipping this entirely, because from the promo pictures I was like, I don't need that mini palette at all, and then saw what the actual palette looks like in real life and the real swatches, and I was like, why has she made her promo pictures the way that she did? Because in real life it actually looks so much better and more appealing to me. Now these are all duplicate shades from, I believe 4 of them are from the Leela and Starlette, or Star palette, sorry, which I don't own either of those palettes. So for me, they're not repeat shades in my collection, but if you own both of those palettes, you own 4 of these shades. And then this one up here, Nude Mauve, is actually a repeat from the Retro palette, or the Retro Midi palette. Let's start with an eye primer. I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath Labs Intensifeyes Longwear primer, and in my review video of Sunlit Seduction from Pat, and in my 3 looks for Sunlit Seduction, I literally kept forgetting at the end to update you guys my thoughts on this primer. I really like it. If you like the Rare Beauty primer, which is my personal favorite primer that I've ever tried on the eyes, you will really like this. It has a little bit of slick to it. It's not like, so for example, the NARS eyeshadow primer, the Longwear Pro primer, that kind of has, it dries down quite matte and has a bit more of like a dried powdery finish. And sometimes if my eyelids, I can get these really weird dry eyelids, it's odd, and if my eyelids are in that phase, I actually can't use that primer at all. It's too dry for them. On a normal day it's fine, but if my lids are dry at all, I can't. Whereas with the Rare Beauty one, it's actually quite hydrating and like silicone. I don't know if it is silicone, but it's silicone-y feeling, and I just find that it applies really well. But there's a slight tack to it, and I find that it's made my shadow last all day pretty much, and I really enjoy it, like really enjoy it. Before I create a look with this little mini palette, you know I did swatches for you, so let's swipe on into the swatches. First shadow I'm going to pick up is this middle one right here, which is called Vega, on an E28 from Sigma. I'm just going to start by wiggling this through the crease a little bit, building a bit of a lighter transition shade. Instantly, these mattes are performing as impeccably as a Natasha Denona matte does. After this video, I'm going to film makeup new releases, which I think will actually be up before this video, because I feel like you have to film a new makeup releases and then post it pretty much instantly, because by the time, even if you post it like 2 or 3 days later, it basically there's like 7,000 new makeup releases been released by the time you actually upload it. I'm going to do that because there's been a heap of new releases that I want to talk about. And Natasha Denona obviously just released what her I Need a New Nude mini palette looks like, and I am dying. It is so beautiful. I am dying. Just spoiler alert, dying. Well, you already know because the makeup release video will be up before this. Now I'm going to pick up Nude Mauve here with a Refa 14. I actually really like this Nude Mauve shade. I use it quite a bit in the Retro palette. But yeah, that I Need a Nude palette. I mean, if you're not someone that likes nudes and those kinds of shades, then obviously, you know, you probably won't like it. But for me, it's like kind of just my go-to shades. I really like the look of it, but I think what I like the most is that she's got a new formula again in there. So I think it said that she had the foiled metallics, the new foil ones from the Yucca palette, which I just absolutely adore those metallics. But it also said there's this new wet shadow or something in there, and so I just love it when brands release new formulas. I'm very excited by it, very excited. So shall be picking that up. That's actually, to be honest, that palette that she did, the I Need a Nude, that's what I was hoping the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership palette was going to be, like that kind of a color story, just because Pat doesn't actually really have anything like that color story. And so that's what and I would have loved that in like a special shade formula, like an actual special shade formula, no shade. So yeah, anyway, but I'm very excited. Natasha's come through for me this year, in my humble opinion. Again, these shadows are blending absolutely just beautifully. You just can't go wrong with a Natasha shadow, like, or at least a matte. Stunning. Just gonna pick up this R108 and we'll go into the deeper shade now, which is called Percy. I'm just gonna deepen the outer corner just a torch. Actually, Nude Mauve, even just put all over the lids, it's like a smoky brown shade, would look so beautiful. Just saying. I won't do Intensifeyes from Pat, the stick that I use all the time on this side, but I will do it on this side. I mean, look, Natasha's shadows perform regardless usually, so this is about, again, say it with me, my spiel, the fallout for my hooded little eyes. I'm gonna take this rougher number 2. I mean, actually, we'll do them both. So I'll take this on the outer corner. This one is Rhea, I think you pronounce it, or Rhea. It's kind of just like a really pretty bronze. And I'll just tap that a little bit here. May as well use all 5 shades in the palette, hey? I will put that on the other side. This side has the Intensifeyes. This shade's really pretty. Reminds me actually of that corally shade in the Sunlit Seduction palette too. Okay, so the side that I don't have Intensifeyes on, I don't know if you can see, I've got fallout here and no fallout here. That's why I use the Intensifier. You could obviously also just wet your brush and stuff. All that jazz, you know, the usual spiel. All right, now let's dip into this one, which is Galaxia, I think. Oh gosh, this shade looks impeccable. You know what, this is a glittery shade. I'm sorry you guys, but I'm gonna put Intensifeyes on because it's a glittery shade. My hooded eyes, they can't take the glitter without something. And I'm just gonna press it here. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. I'm also just gonna take a little bit on my finger and just see what that does. Why not? Oh, that is such a pretty shade, look at that. One of those shades, again, I say it all the time, it's just not gonna show on camera, but also in low lighting is where this shade in particular is gonna shine, because it's kind of one of those like toppery shades where the base is like translucent almost, and so it's when that low lighting hits it, oh, it's gonna look stunning. You could also literally just like pop whatever shade you like of these mattes in the crease and then put this Galaxia shade all over the lid, and it would look like a wet look, kind of subtle eye look. Oh, with like, and if you had the eye shape that you like doing a wing with, oh, gorgeous. So I'm just taking some on my finger here. This is such a pretty shade. Oh, I like this palette. I like this little mini palette. I can see myself like traveling with this and stuff as well. Very pretty. All right, I'm dipping back into this dark brown with that What's Up brush, and I'll just marry it out here. All right, we're gonna leave the eyes there for now. To me, that looks absolutely beautiful and was very fuss-free and easy and pretty much blended itself. So this is a win for me. I really genuinely like it. Let's move on to the base now, shall we? For primer, I'm gonna take my beloved Chanel Water Fresh tint. I finally, well, I'm not gonna lie, I probably have like 2 more uses of the Rose Ink tinted serum to finish up, but oh, this is a Refa 31 by the way, but I got this in duty free when I went to Bali just recently because it was a bit cheaper, and I am so happy to have it back. If you are new here, I have an intense love affair with this product. Intense. It is my favorite like primer. It's just, I love the water fresh side of this tint. It's different to the rose ink one too. It actually feels so fresh, and that's the best thing about it. I'm gonna stop raving about it because anytime I use this product, I rave about it. For color corrector, I am gonna take Huda Pink Pomelo, but I'm gonna mix it with a lighter shade. I think probably this shade right here from this RCMA like foundation palette, because this is actually too dark for me. So I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand here, like so. I'm just gonna mix them together like on the back of my hand to create a lighter pink shade. It's not ideal having to do this, but I have the product, so, and I can't return it because I've used it, so I may as well make it work, you know? Let's see if this is gonna be, yeah, I think that might be a bit of a better shade for me. Probably just applied way too much, but that's all right, we'll work with it. Because I actually really like the formula of that Huda one. It's just too dark for my pale little self. Although I am a little bit more tan than normal because of barley, which is nice. Let's see how long it lasts. Foundation, we are going to take my Prada Beauty foundation. I have the shade LN10, I'm pretty sure it is. I have tested this for a bit after my like original first impressions, and I have come to really, really like this foundation. It looks nice. In the original one, I think I must have just been having a terrible skin day and it just didn't like whatever was going on with my skin. But ever since I have used it since that day, it has looked beautiful. And in fact, I wore it a lot in the 3 looks of my Sunlit Seduction videos and also my Chanel video. I'm pretty sure I wore it in, and I don't know, I personally think my skin looked really good in those videos. So yeah, I've come to really like it. I only like applying it with a sponge though, just FYI. But it has grown on me. It does have a heavy fragrance, but as I said, I wore it like about 4 times last week and it didn't break me out at all. And one of you kind of said it has like a probiotic or something, I think, in it, lactobacillus or something. And one of you guys commented on my first impressions and said because it has that specific ingredient in it, it probably actually won't break me out. Like that ingredient is probably stopping my skin from reacting. And if that is the case, I need that ingredient in everything. Okay, because my skin reacts to everything, and it's magical if that's what it actually is that's making it not react, you know? And it wears absolutely beautiful, like wears just beautifully like your skin, but better throughout the day, doesn't fade away, doesn't settle in fine lines, doesn't settle in texture. Honestly, I'm impressed with it. I don't have any new concealers yet. I am gonna pick up the Tower 28 one that drops, I think tomorrow my time. So I'm gonna pick that up as soon as it drops. The makeup, new for Makeup Forever, and okay, let me talk about this while I apply. I'm going to take my Vieve Modern Radiance in Light 2 and my Urban Decay in 20 NN. I quite like this combination. The Makeup Forever new concealer hasn't dropped in Australia yet. Once it does, I will try that. I want to try the new Tower 28. I was going to try the new Mario, but I looked at the ingredients and there's like 4 different types of coconut in it, so there's no point. It's just going to give me acne. And it's the kind of coconut ingredient that I know 100% gives me like acne and breakouts, so I'm not going to try that one. I'm definitely going to try the House Labs. Very excited about that. So yeah, I will have some new concealers coming up, but for now, we're going to use some oldies but goodies. Naturally, my BK 109. Can I tell you, I'm really liking this eyeshadow. The more that I look at it, the more I'm liking the look. It's really pretty. I'm going to take my Vieve Modern Radiance cream bronzer for today. Pretty sure this is like the newest one in terms of cream I've brought into my collection, and I'm taking it on my Sonia G buffer brush, which I can't live without this brush anymore. Seriously, anytime I use any other brush to blend out cream bronzer, I'm just lost. Utterly lost. This bronzer, I think I've done like a this or that where I've compared this to the NARS and stuff on this bronzer, and I really like it. It's really, really pretty. It's a lovely bronzer. And I talk about like why I might pick one over the other between the Vieve and the NARS in that video as well. It's like recent up on my channel. But honestly, this is a really lovely bronzer if you've been eyeing it off. It's surprising to me that she hasn't, like Jamie Genevieve hasn't made her brand easier to get in the States, because I think, I don't know about the shipping from the Vieve website, for example, Cult Beauty to America, but if I mean, Cult Beauty and Space NK is fine for shipping, I can get free shipping with them, but like if you go on the Vieve website to order off there, the shipping like to Australia is like $70 or something crazy, which is just ludicrous. Like, no matter how much I like a product, I'm not going to spend that much on shipping, to be honest with you. But it's interesting to me that she hasn't, like, I would have thought she would have had a heap of American followers, and so it's, yeah, anyway, I don't know, I'm rambling. I'm rambling that you just, Vieve is not more accessible for Americans. It's not surprising that it's not accessible to Australians as much, you know what I mean? Like, that's not unusual for us, but anyway, I digress. We're going to set my face. And I picked up this new Lunar Booty setting powder in translucent light. I did want the pink one, but it was already sold out on Glam Radar when I went and picked it up. But look how cute that little lid cap is. Isn't that adorable? Now the question will be, and like when you open it up you get a little puff, which is adorable, and it has a lid. But the other day I tried to open this and I don't know where the sticker is. I think I have to like take this bit out, so I feel like I'm gonna get powder everywhere. Why has he done the sticker on the inside? Am I no, there's the sticker, you moron. I found it. Wrong sticker. God, why would he do this? This is hard for someone who doesn't have nails. There we go. Whew. Let me get some powder out. Oh no! Well, that was on me, wasn't it? That went bloody everywhere. Oh no, it went literally everywhere. I've got powder everywhere. Everywhere. Oh man, what a nincompoop, honestly. Here we go. All right, so this is now what the powder looks like. Translucent. Let me just pick some up and try, and I think I should be okay to wear these on the under eyes. I'm gonna take my Veil powder brush from Hourglass, pick some of this up. I actually don't even think I've seen any reviews, maybe one person's review and I feel like they liked it, but I can't remember who that was. Actually, that's quite blurring. Oh, actually, you know what it was? I saw the Lunar Beauty promo photos for this powder and they reckon they didn't do any retouching on any of the models, and it was pretty impressive, the before and after. So I'll do half my face and then the other half without, and we'll compare, shall we? So far, I'm impressed. Shall I take the puff? Why am I not taking the puff? Why would I not take the puff that comes with it? Okay, I think that's enough. I mean, this side's got powder, this side doesn't. It has probably deepened slightly, but not too much, just slightly. But it does look very blurring. Don't you think? This side looks very filtered. Oh, I think so. All right, let's do the other side. I'll take the puff on the whole side this time, hey? It's very finely milled, which is great, right? You don't want it thickly milled, I guess. But it's like really easy to ingest, so just be mindful of that. I think the packaging is adorable. I like the little puff that it comes with too, because it's quite flexible and bendable, so I don't mind this. Overall, so far, I can't get the lid back on now. What are you doing? Why are you so much trouble? We got it on. I think the packaging issue was very much a user error. I like the packaging, I think it's very cute. This is all like, you know, all these little extra things are what I love to see. It does say 12-month expiry, made in China, just FYI. I like the little puff, it's very soft and flexible and bendable, great for eyes. I think personally, probably the pink would look better on my under eyes personally, because it has I probably, again, like I can get away with it on my under eyes, but I don't know if I necessarily would use it on my under eyes. But overall, I do think it has blurred and smoothed. Why don't I go off camera now and do my brows, because I don't have any new brow things and it's boring to watch, and then I'll come back and we'll finish everything else up. For bronzer, a bronzer that you guys have probably seen me using a bit but not actually talked about yet, I don't think, is this new Surratt bronzer. So I picked this up off Beautylish. This is the Surratt Soleil du Artistique, I can't pronounce it, bronzer. And I got this because of Blair and also my friend Aura, and wow, they both told me I needed this bronzer. They were like, you are absolutely gonna love this bronzer. It's an expensive bronzer, okay? It was like 95 Australian dollars, but they were like, you have to, you will love it. And they were right. It is velvety, smooth, blurring, long wearing, the perfect shades. Just, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Shade range needs a lot of work. like a lot of work. They definitely do not have a shade to cover for everybody. The actual formula itself is impeccable. I've also just a shout out to this Pat McGrath Labs bronzing brush that she released. I love this. I love this for a bronzer brush. I really, truly do. And I can't stop using it. I got it when she did that, you know, when she released Sunlit Seduction early and there was like that Thanks 30 code going around. Well, there was the bundle that was like on sale with Venusian Sunrise Quad, another bronzer, and this brush. And it was, the bundle itself was cheaper than just the Venusian Sunrise Quad on its own. And then I got the 30% discount off it. So I think the bundle cost me like $60 or $70 or something stupid. And so that's why I just got this brush and I was like, oh, I'm sure it'll be nice, but I'm obsessed with it. I can't stop using it. It's gorgeous. It just hugs the face perfectly for bronzer. That's all I'm gonna say. But speaking of bronzer, I think you can tell as well, right? It just is impeccable. It's very, very natural, very smoothing. You know, all of the good things that we want if we're gonna spend that much money on makeup. I regret nothing. Let's go ahead and finish the eyes now, because you know lower lash line's like my least favorite thing to do. So I'm gonna take this Sigma E36 and I'm just gonna go straight into Nude Mauve and just do a little smoky smoke of this under here. Nothing terribly exciting for eyeliner. I'm just gonna take my black Victoria Beckham and my brightener. I did order the new Victoria mascara and the summer eyeliners and a repurchase of the Cocoa eyeliner from her, so I am very excited for those to come and play with them as well. For mascara, I did pick up this new Benefit one. What is it called? Benefit Fan Fest. So I just got the mini because I have quite a few mascaras. I've broken my rule of mascaras at the moment. Normally I only have one open at a time and I've got like 4 or 5 open right now. So I just got a mini because I have been super impressed and in love with the Benefit Bad Girl Bang, so I wanted to give this one a go as well. And I've heard good things about this. Holy dooly. Alright, you guys, I use no filters. I do not have fake lashes on. I never wear fake lashes, never have on this channel. Maybe back in my very first videos from like 2019. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I don't wear lashes, okay? You know what I'm referencing. Look, with, without. I like this more than the Huda Wow, One Coat Wow. Now in saying that, I do not know how this wears. So I will update you. If it flakes or whatever, I'll put it in the description box if it flakes. If there's nothing that I've commented specifically in the description box, it means I'm happy as a duck in water, okay? I feel like my lashes look fake. I'm impressed. Okay. No, but seriously, look at my lashes. Granted, I will say, I haven't used an eyelash curler either. I do have pretty easy lashes, like they just kind of do, you know, lift up and curl pretty easily. So I will say it's not hard for a mascara to work well for me. But I think they look beautiful. Who has this and what do you think? Let me know. I can't help myself. And I got 2 new shades of Red Beauty Cream Blush. Yeah. So that takes my collection to like, it takes my collection to 5. These are my original ones and these are my 2 new ones. My original ones is like Virtue, Encourage and Happy. I'll do like a short and reel or whatever swatching all of these eventually. And the 2 new that I got is Worth and Hope. Or Worthy? No, Worth. Which is the other new one that got released with Virtue. And then Hope, which I've had my eye on Hope for quite some time. And they're quite similar, but also very different at the same time. So I don't know if you can see that. So this one is Worth. Are you gonna focus? Come on, lass. Hello. Worth and then Hope. I love them both. They look impeccable. They're both the Dew formula, if you're wondering. I'm gonna take Worth though today, because that was the one that I had on wish list for quite some time. I'm actually gonna take it on this BK A507. I've really been liking this for cream blush lately. If this is gonna look bad, it's not because of the blush, it's because of, actually it might be the powder might be too dry, because this is not applying that well. but it's probably the powder. So let me just wet my, because this powder is very dry, like very mattifying. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Everybody stop panicking. We're good, we're good. I also put this on before I put highlight on. Whoops. Anyway, that shade is beautiful. Is it not beautiful? I'm into it, I'm into it, I'm into it. Let's actually put some highlighter on now. I'm gonna take the Say Super Glowy Gel first. I'll take this on my sponge. Lovely. And then let's also take my new Chanel one. I am gonna pick up the coral one. I just need to get in store to swatch it. Take it on my Smashbox brush and I like this, it's so pretty. And I didn't put any inner corner highlight on, so let me just use this for the inner corner highlight. Oh yeah. Perfect, absolutely, just bloody perfect. I'm actually gonna set that red blush, which I don't really need to, but with just a little bit of this blush Berry Love from Sigma. This is a Smashbox brush like normal, because I just want to show you guys how pretty this blush is actually. The Sigma cheek products, they don't get enough hype that they should get, truly. They, like, I've talked about the bronzer before as well. Don't worry if I look crazy, it'll tame down. But like the Sigma, yeah, the Sigma bronzer, highlighter and blushes, they don't get the hype they deserve, truly. They should get a lot more hype. I'm gonna take my Lisa Eldridge setting spray and I just spray this on my sponge, like so. And I really like this setting spray. If you have dry, normal skin, it's probably a lot more suited to you. It's very, very hydrating. So I find if my skin's going through an oily phase, it is probably a little bit too hydrating of a setting spray for me. But if it's like winter and stuff, it's quite lovely. But it does really melt all of the makeup into my skin. Like I think you can tell it really melts it all in and kind of brings it all back to life a bit. But I do think that the Charlotte Tilbury one still probably makes your makeup wear time longer than the Lisa Eldridge one personally, but I very much like both. But I think if you have normal dry skin, you'll probably like the Lisa one more. For lips, for lip liner, I'm going to take the Dior lip liner in 100. I need to blame Blair for this, and I do blame her because I have fallen in love with the Dior lip liner formula and now I want more shades. Anyway, but this shade is perfect. It's like a nude My Lips color. It's gorgeous. This lip liner is perfect. And then I'm gonna take this Prada lipstick in the shade B101 and just gonna put it in the outer part. And then I'm gonna take Lisa Le Mépris for the center. And then I will actually put some of this Patrick Ta Superficial Plumping Gloss on as well. Let me go figure out jewelry and hair and all that jazz, and we'll zoom out and wrap this video up, so 2 seconds. All right, my friends, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I personally love it. It is very much a me look in my, like, this makes me feel like me and makes me feel very pretty, and really that's what makeup's about, making you feel your best self. Okay, I feel like I gave all my thoughts as I went along, so I'm really not going to repeat too much other than the fact that I am actually super impressed with that Natasha Denona mini palette. I'm not surprised that I'm not impressed with the quality, or that I'm impressed with the quality, sorry, because I usually love a Natasha Denona shadow. I'm just surprised at how much I really have loved how this look has come together and how pretty these shadows are. But I guess when I saw the swatches and like how they differed from the promo pictures, etc., I was like, oh, I think I would really like this mini palette, so it doesn't surprise me that much. Anyway, I'm just rambling. That's how I feel. Let me know, what do you guys think about the look? Have you picked up the mini Starlette palette? What do you think? Are you planning on picking it up, or any of these products? What do you think of the Benefit mascara? That was very impressive in my mind too. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you've made it this far, you know you're a legend, especially because this one I was probably extra annoying in. I feel very disjointed, I'm sorry. I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.